Hi everybody and welcome to Golden Hour, show about living your best life. Today I'd like to talk to you about one of the dating games that are out there, and it's called the slow fade. So if you'd like to learn what the slow fade is and what you can do about it, keep watching. So you started dating somebody and you think it's going well, and then slowly and gradually the conversations get less frequent, the texts get shorter and less frequent, dates get broken. What's happening? It almost seems like that person is pulling back or backpedaling, so to speak. This is what the slow fade is. It's the gradual ending of a relationship. Now you might ask yourself, well, why doesn't this person just tell me it's not working, I don't want to see you anymore? Well, there's a specific type of person that uses the slow fade to end a relationship. This is a person who's very charismatic, very well liked. He or she doesn't want to be the bad guy or bad girl. Instead, they make you pull back from the relationship. For example, this might happen. You might start to sense that this person is pulling away from you, or that something's going wrong, that this relationship is slipping through your fingers. And no matter what you try to do, it just keeps slipping and you get more and more distant with the other person. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. Till one point, you might question the person and say, hey, what's going on? I thought we had a great thing. Why aren't we talking so much? Why are dates not happening? Why are the texts less frequent? And you're giving them a way to end the relationship right then and there, but they don't take it. Instead, they say to you, oh, no, there's nothing wrong. I've truly been super busy. And they start to outline the super busy things that are going on in their life. I've got, a bunch of projects coming out. I'm helping my family. I'm busy at work. And you want to believe them. But in the back of your head, you know for a fact that no one's too busy to find 10 minutes in the course of a week or even daily to touch base with somebody they really want to be with and find out how you are. You have to eat. You have to take a shower. There are moments in the day where you slow down, and you can slow down enough to send a quick thinking of you. I'm really busy, but just wanted to touch base and see how you were doing. And that's it. I recently had this happen to me over the summer, and I asked the person, well, how about just sending me an emoji so I know you're thinking about me? And then I knew that, it just wasn't me, it was the other person. And they are commitment phobes, or they just don't know how to handle a relationship. So to reiterate, at first you might be wondering what's going on, and you may call them on that and say, hey, what's going on? And like I said, they give you all these very, very plausible excuses as to why they can't call or go out with you. And you might say to them, hey, if you don't want to date me anymore, just tell me. And they're very quick to say, no, things are great. I really like you a lot. I don't want this to end. But it never gets better. The calls are still infrequent. The dates continue to get broken, and they always have a really good excuse. They're not fake excuses. They really have some of these things going on. But you have to realize that many of these things they have going on, there's no reason you can't go. There's no reason they can't sneak a 5-minute phone call in between. So they're gradually fizzing out the relationship. I almost think of it as sort of you pour this glass of soda and it's filled with bubbles, and you leave it on the counter and slowly the bubbles go away. It doesn't get flat at first, it takes some time. until finally you taste the soda and you're like, whoa, this is horrible, and you toss it out. And that's what happens with this relationship. So in your heart, you know something's wrong. And you might even hang in for a while thinking, all right, once this project is over, then things are going to go back to the way they were on the first couple of dates. Or once this happens, then he'll have more time, or she'll have more time for me. But there's always going to be something to replace that, because the problem here is not that they're busy. The problem is that you are not a priority. This is something you really need to let sink in. If you are someone's priority, they will make time for you, no matter how busy they are. When they do break these dates, they will apologize to you profusely. I mean, and they really do have a good excuse, and I think that they may even believe that this is justified, but this is all because this person doesn't know how to have a relationship. They just have no idea how to have one. And I'm not even sure they're aware that they're doing what they're doing. They could be, I'm not entirely sure about that, but finally it gets to a point where you say to them, hey, this is just not working for me. In fact, those were my exact words. Hey, this just isn't working for me. And they will say to you, I'm sorry you feel that way. I really liked you. Be thankful you walked away. Because this person doesn't know how to stick with somebody in good and bad times. This person doesn't have the skills to be in a relationship. And I think if you dig into it, you'll find that you're not the first person they've done this to. And they probably have a history of short-term relationships. And that should be a sign to you from the beginning not to get involved. But should you get involved, recognize these signs of the slow fade as quickly as you can and get out. This person hates confrontation, so they're going to let you go. If someone is genuinely busy and genuinely doesn't have the time to spend with you, they will make time to call you and touch base with you in between those dates. They will explain to you what it is they got going on in such a way that it makes sense as to why they can't spend time with you. And if you do try to break up with them and they truly do care about you and want a relationship with you, then they will have some resistance. Unlike this person who will just agree with you and say, yes, I'm really busy, I'm sorry you feel that way. So I hope this helped you in some way. And if it did, click like, click subscribe, share, and comment below. Don't be afraid to date. Just be discerning and go out there and get your shine on.